Brian is with us in Dallas, Texas. Hey, Brian, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Thanks, Dave, for having me. I hope you're well.
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
So I'm 29 years old. I'm married and have just had my second child. Right now, my wife's a stay-at-home. She should be going back to work in about a month, which will add another $2,500 towards our monthly income. I had been working on my emergency fund prior to knowing you. I've worked on my emergency fund and was able to get 3 to 5 months my bills paid. I currently have about $15,000 in that account right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I have car notes, so I've got my truck payoffs about 13. Her car we recently got, again, prior to knowing not going into debt, and it's about $28,000.
What's your household income?
Right now it's 82. Whenever she goes back to work, it should be about 130.
Okay, and these two cars are worth what now? What are they worth?
I'm not sure they're worth it. One of them is a brand new car, and we owe $28,000 on that. My truck's in 2016, and I owe about $13,000 on that.
Okay. Yeah, you're car poor. This last car purchase is over in the stupid zone, for sure. Here's the thing. You can't get rich when you own a whole bunch of stuff, and when everything you own going down in value.
Sure.
And the only thing you own is going down in value. You got $40,000 worth of depreciating assets, and that's the only thing you own. So, yeah, these cars are bad shape. You got to get this cleaned up, man.
So I could take that $15,000, go towards my truck, and pay that off completely.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would do that today. And then I would get on a super tight budget. The two of you look at this and say, if we're going to keep this new stupid car we bought, we have to pay it off immediately. We have to pay it off very, very, very fast. Like, let me see, you're making 100. You got to do it in less than a year.
Fortunately, we're able to pay all of my bills using my income, and that was by design. So all of her income can go straight to the car. Fortunately, I finally decided to bring her involved in finances, and she's on board with the envelope theory with non-essentials, and she's been...
Well, I don't want all of your income going to anything. I want you guys to put all of your household income in a pile and live on as little as you can possibly live on and pay that car off fast.
Sure.
So I think you're going to have to do it more aggressively than what you're talking about.
And then the last part that really throws a wrench in all that is before, again, mistakes were made, we both have our name on a co-signed loan for a vehicle for my family, one of which my brother was late on twice, really dropping my credit score, and he only owes $3,000 left on that. Is it beneficial for me to pay off that loan or assist on that and have him reimburse me to prevent my credit score from getting any lower?
I'm not worried about your credit score. You need to stop borrowing money anyway.
Sure. I
do want him to get the stupid thing paid off. If he doesn't, you're going to have to reach over and pay it off, or they're going to come after you. So, they need to get lit up on that. There's only one of these, or there's two of these?
Unfortunately, there are two of these. So
where's the other one?
My wife has her name on my other brother's loan.
Good
and
Lord.
It's worth $8,000.
Good Lord. Okay.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, they were. I mean, you've left your family vulnerable trying to help your brothers who weren't being wise.
We'd made this decision right as we got married, so we weren't really. We didn't have many bills at the time, so we thought it was a good idea. But after listening to the podcast, we realized how vulnerable we actually are. Yeah. So
good. Well, sounds like you're in attack mode. I'm with you. Yeah, let's pay off your truck today, and let's just monitor these other two loans as hard as we can. Let's push them to get them paid off as soon as possible. And then when we get her car paid off in a year, the next thing you're going to do is build up your emergency fund. You've known that from listening to the podcast. And I'm going to go ahead and put enough extra in your emergency fund to pay off the two brothers' cars if they don't get them paid off. Just to be ready if they ever go into default before they get repoed, you reach over and pay them off. And then you force the sale of that car. You do not allow them to keep the car if you pay it off.
Sure, that makes sense.
And because that's not, I mean, if they're not going to pay the bill, the car needs to be sold, and you got to write the check for the difference. and you need to have the extra emergency fund to be able to do that. But then you just monitor this, and you just ride herd on them and make sure that they get this thing all cleaned up. But yeah, you have 1 year to pay off your wife's car. And you guys can do that. You're making over $100,000 a year. I'm talking about $28,000 out of $100,000. That's doable. But together, all your income, together we're on a budget, and together we're attacking that to get that paid off. And then you've got these 2 cars paid for, and then you build your emergency fund up. I think that was your only debt. I think that's what you said. So you're on your way. You're doing smart stuff now. You've turned the corner, and you've recognized what didn't work, and you're not doing it anymore. So that's all anybody can do. We've all made mistakes. Hey, thanks for the call.